Hi YouTube, it's Lindy. I am bringing you my week. Sorry, I look terrible. I just had a bath and it was so nice. I've got like a bathhouse outside and it's not completely finished yet, so it's a little bit unfinished on the inside, but it's got a nice big deep old cast iron bath that I bought from the tip for $20 a few years ago. Anyway, it was really nice, and I don't have a bath very often, but it was really nice because I was feeling all achy. Anyway, sorry, so I look weird and I feel like my nose looks really big. But I am bringing you my week 4 update. Week 4 post-surgery, which is actually tomorrow. And I think I forgot to do a video last week, and I think I kept meaning to do it, and I don't think I did one. I might have done one, but I don't know, sorry, I'm doing them all at the wrong time. I just do it when I feel like doing it. So, okay, week 4, I had my first fill on Monday. Oh, maybe I should start with my numbers. Okay, so starting weight at the start of Optifast was 140.8 kilograms. And my weight today was 129.3. So that is it's almost 12 kilograms. Almost. 11 and a half, I think. Last week I actually put some weight on. So last week was my first week of, probably the last 2 weeks, really. I didn't really lose anything. Oh my redness. Didn't really lose anything. Sorry, look at this. I've been just scratching myself, I think, in the bath, and it's just really red. Last week, the last 2 weeks, I didn't really lose anything, and I seem to have put on about 2 kilograms. So when I went to my surgeon's office on Monday, and they weighed me there, and their scales are always different to my scales by maybe 1 or 2 kilograms. And he said that since I first went to see them, I'd lost 10.8 kilograms, which he thought was really good. And I guess it is really good because in real life, I mean, not in real life, but, oh my God, this is terrible. When you don't have a band, losing that amount of weight in that space of time is, pretty hard to do in a healthy way. So anyway, I had a fill. He put I think he put 1 mil in, which is the same as the cc. I looked it up. So I think I had between 2.5 and 3 in there because he took all that out. So that's what he put in at surgery. So he took that out to see how much was still in there. And then he put about another 1 in. And so he said at the moment I've got about 4 mils in my band, and it's a 9 mil band. But the doctors, I've talked to other people, and the surgeons, my surgeon and the surgeon and then another surgeon I've heard of, they don't really care how much you've got in your band. They just think it's kind of they care because they need to know, but it's they kind of think that you don't need to know how much you've got in your band. They're a little bit everybody asks me this, and what does it matter? That's not what they say, but it feels like that's their attitude about it. So I went in, and he just asked me a few questions, and I told him that I was getting really hungry. I wasn't losing any weight. I could pretty much eat anything. I was eating probably 5 to 6 times a day, but only small amounts. But then as the days got closer to my appointment on Monday, on the weekend, I was sort of eating a little bit more than I probably should have, but still a lot less than I ever did eat before. So he asked me about that, and I said how I was getting really hungry every couple of hours, and so he went, okay, let's give you a fill. I don't know if he said fill, maybe he said adjustment. I think they like to say adjustment. I just got up on the table, and he said that, he was really happy that it healed really nicely, and just told me to sit up. So I guess it was like doing doing a crunch, and that's how he found where my port was. I thought he might have to use an ultrasound or something, but he didn't, and he just went, okay. And he just said, you know, a little sting. And I actually didn't even feel a sting. Like, I felt something, but I didn't feel, it wasn't painful in any way, which I guess, you know, all of you that have already got your band know. It felt a little bit strange, like, you know, I knew that something was in there and I was trying to not to breathe and to hold really still because I didn't want to ruin it. But yeah, it only took, you know, probably a minute at the most, I would say. And he said, I think you'll really notice a difference. And I said, oh, really? Like, you know, I said, how do you know how much to put in or something? Or how do you know you've put enough or something like that to him? And he said, no, I felt I could feel the resistance. So obviously when they put it in, he could feel how much pressure it was putting on my stomach, and so he said that I should really notice the difference, and I have noticed a difference. So I had liquids pretty much that night. Like, I think I had some yogurt, and then I kind of had soft food yesterday, and then today normal food. But I have noticed, actually last night I had soup, and I had some bread with it, and it was white bread because that was all I had, because I don't really buy bread, and Elvis wanted leek potato and bacon soup, and it's rare for him to want to have things like that, so I made it, and I thought, well, I'm just going to have some as well. And I had some bread rolls that I just sliced up and toasted, and I just had like one slice of a bread roll sliced up into slices, so it wasn't very big, and I had butter on it, and I didn't care because I know that it's not something I have all the time now, and it was such a small amount, like whereas before I might have had 3 slices of bread with much more butter on it. So I was actually okay with that. But the only thing was, because it was soup, it didn't keep me full for very long, so I still had to eat something later on. So that's why I guess I don't want you to eat soup, and I want you to eat protein first. But it was nice anyway. It was really nice, and it was really nice to have some toasty bread with butter. So, and then this morning I just had an OptiSlim, because I found some OptiSlim shakes that I'd had from ages ago, and I had one of those for breakfast. And then for lunch, actually, if I'm being honest, I went out. Elvis had the day off school today because he had to go and get his braces taken off, and he needed an appointment at the start of the day and an appointment at the end of the day, so there wasn't much point in him going to school. So we went and had a coffee, and he had a bowl of fries with aioli, and I had some fries. But you know what? I had probably 10 fries, skinny ones, just the little ones, and I just ate them slowly, and they were fine. They went down okay. And I know that you know, it's that thing, like, yes, I'm trying to lose weight, but like, I still want to be realistic, and I want to do that thing about being moderate, and I think that was really moderate. And I had a decaf soy latte, and I think, you know, considering before I would have eaten, you know, half the bowl of fries with him, I didn't. I just had a little bit, and I think that's okay. And that's how I want to live my life. I don't want to live my life being deprived of things. And if I want to have a few fries, I'm going to have a few fries, if I think it's appropriate. And also considering I hadn't actually eaten anything, I'd had a shake in the morning. So then when we came home, I had some slow-cooked beef stew, which I'd cooked with some tomato paste and eggplant and zucchini, and that had all kind of mushed up into a nice sauce. So it was, you know, slow cooked and soft meat. Oh, and there was a little tiny bit of potato in there, not much. And so I'd portioned that up into 1 cup sizes, and I'd put it in the freezer. And so I defrosted one of those in the microwave, and I heated it up, and I started eating it. And then so I chewed it, you know, okay. And then on my second mouthful, I just put it in my mouth, and my phone rang, and I had to take the call. And so then I had this, and then so I kind of got all flustered, and I had this bit of meat in my mouth, and I was talking, I just swallowed it. Like, I probably chewed it a couple of times, and I just swallowed it, and then, oh my God, I had my first stuck moment. So I had that stuck feeling, and so now I know what that feels like, and basically it just felt like just really bad indigestion, like something stuck there, I guess, like that pressure, just a pressure kind of building up, and it's weird how it feels like it's up here, sort of, and I guess some pain in my back, and a bit of the vibe of a ice cream headache, or like when you have cold drink or whatever, you know, that how you get that pain. And it lasted probably a minute, maybe 2 minutes at the max, probably only about a minute. But this person I was talking to, luckily she knew that I've got a band. I just said, there's this thing called being stuck, and I'm just experienced it the first time, and you've experienced it with me. She's like, oh, wow, how about that, you know? So that's kind of funny. It was actually the person that a couple of weeks ago when I was telling you about when I went for a walk, and she had said to this other friend of mine, you know, my God, she's lost so much weight, but she hadn't wanted to say it to me. So it was her. And yeah, so I was kind of like, you know, trying to get through that, and that was fine. And once I did, I went, yeah, you know, that's how it happens. Like normally I do chew things really, really well, and that's why it hasn't happened before. But I think that mixed, you know, not chewing it, which, you know, it was ridiculous. I was swallowing a hunk of meat, and also trying, you know, I got all flustered and was rushing it. That's why that happened. So normally I don't think it would really happen. So I am still getting hungry. Like I am getting fuller quicker, but it doesn't last. I mean, I'm eating such a small amount that it just doesn't keep me full for very long. I also went for a walk today. He rode his bike and I went for a walk in the bush, and that was really good because we, you know, before this we did years ago when I wasn't so overweight, but we don't really do that. I haven't been doing active things because I've just been too tired and overweight, and, you know, just hadn't been active for the last really couple of years. And so we went for a walk in the bush for about half an hour, it's not like massive hills, but it's up and down, up and down. It's not even the whole time. So I think that's a really good workout, like rather than just walking on flat all the time. I think it's good to mix it up. And he rode his bike, and, you know, he's pretty unfit as well. He's really skinny, but he's unfit. And so, yeah, we did that together, and he really liked it. And he was, like, you know, slowing down so that he could, you know, ride along next to me as I was walking. He's such a sweetheart. And what else has been going on? I think I'm going to start losing weight now. I just feel like I am. I feel like it's starting to happen. Oh, that's the other thing. I don't want to go too long on this video. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that I've been really, really emotional. Just crying at the drop of a hat, and quite depressed, like the last probably week. Today I'm actually feeling a lot better. Yesterday I caught up with a friend of mine who'd been feeling kind of down as well, and we went for a walk together and had a good talk about things. She's gorgeous. I love her. And both of us felt better that night, you know. Like I just said, I felt so much better after talking to you today. Like it was just, I think just, you know how sometimes there's, you know, you've got your certain people that you can just go, well, this is exactly how I'm feeling. You know that they're not going to judge you. You know that, you know, she's one of those friends, and she's great. And I don't think she watches my videos, but hi, Simone. Yeah, so just in case anyone's interested, she is an author of young adult fiction. She's having her third novel published in the US this year sometime. She's got a book deal. If you ever want to look her up, her writing is amazing. It's very kind of based in Australia. It's set in Australia, in Melbourne, but really cool writing with amazing references, like to music history and, you know, literary history, and, you know, really quite quirky, cool, young adult. But I love reading that kind of. I like young adult fiction as a genre. So Simone Howell, her name is SIMMONE HOWELL. If anyone wants to look them up and have a read of her books, that's my friend who's a really good friend. Anyway, yeah, so today I'm feeling better, and I had to get up and I had to go and do things, and I was busy. I'm working on a play at the moment. It's a musical. It's the Broadway version of Grey Gardens, which some of you might know about. So I'm the production coordinator for that, and that's just amping up because the show goes on in 2 weeks. It's a volunteer job. I think I've mentioned it before. One of those love jobs you do. But it's good because I'm not working much at the moment, so it's giving me something to do. Anyway, I'm going for nearly 15 minutes, so I'm going to end it here, and I will do an update next week, and hopefully I will have lost, maybe I want to lose 2 kilos by next week. We'll see how I go. Bye.